Hello, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns, and you're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role playing games with friends. Or perhaps you're listening to the all in audio feed of actual play for the Open Hearth community. If so, welcome. We are playing this game via video and voice over Zoom. I occasionally show pictures. I'll try to keep you in the loop, being mindful of it being audio only. I'll do my best. It is a Saturday as we play this, which means it is time for Star Wars Saturdays, an ongoing anthology campaign I've been running for oh so many years. I've run over 100 different tabletop RPGs that are not officially released as Star Wars RPGs, but we hack, drift, shift, or just slant and say, hey, guess what? This isn't Star Wars. This year, 2026. The timeline that we are playing in is the Clone Wars, popular from the prequel series of movies, but mostly the animated series that originally were on like Disney XD and now are on Disney Plus. Like, the Clone Wars. We are playing on a planet known as Saleucami, and that's how I'm saying it because that's how they said it in one episode of the Clone Wars where the planet was. This is a planet under the control of the Techno Union, who are part of the Confederacy of Independent Systems. Those are the folks who have all the droids in the Clone Wars. So they are opposed to the Republic, not the New Republic, not the Old Republic, just not the High Republic, just the Republic, before it shifted and became the Empire. It is currently under the auspices of Emperor Palpatine. Ugh. No, he's not an emperor at this point, I think, because it's Republic. But anyway, we still have the Senate. We have a bunch of Jedi running around. Order 66 hasn't happened. All of the stuff happening in the Clone Wars TV show, more or less, is happening here. We are playing Apocalypse World to tell this story. Apocalypse World third edition in quotes. I say in quotes because the game is not officially out. We are using the preview playbooks and rules released by McGay and Vincent Baker during their Kickstarter, which happened and concluded in December of 2025. So this is all pretty fresh and new. In fact, interestingly enough, I found that the pre-apocalypse Discord server that was released on December 12th, and this game began on January 3rd. So we are hot on the heels of this brand new shiny toy that is Apocalypse World 3rd Edition. And I have to say, I'm really enjoying it. Coming from Burned Over, which is a game that I liked but didn't love, I am falling in love with this particular iteration of Apocalypse World for many ways. But that is enough setup. We are well into our quarterly. This is the last month of the quarterly, so we are in the winter phase of this. We're headed towards the end. We can see the horizon is in sight. Is there out in the dashboard. We see it, and we'll see how this thing comes out. Let's have some folks introduce themselves. And by some folks, I mean all the players. I'm going to start from the left-hand side of the character keeper, heading towards the right. So, Andesh, if you could introduce yourself and tell us about your character.
I could. I'm just surprised that you're starting from the left. I don't think you've done that this whole game.
I don't
Yeah,
think I
I'm
have.
I'm Anders, he, him. I'm playing Trison Hatchet Henge, she, her. She's the Harrier. She's the leader of the Harridans, group of mercenary relatives, hanging out in an abandoned building with a big, perfectly safe diffused missile in it. And she recently took part in an action where some of her gang members fought against the droids of the Techno Union who were killing people in the market. And now maybe she's in a bit of trouble from that.
Trouble? Maybe. Maybe so. Greg, you're up next.
Hi, I'm Greg. I use he, him pronouns. I'm playing Zarek Mayruth, our lawmaker, also he, him pronouns. Zarek, Zarek was on the run last episode and is now returning back to save his imprisoned sister, imprisoned by Hatchet's gang. Maybe not specifically Hatchet, though. Um, the she's being kept somewhere near said bomb. And we've had a bit of a vision of where she is. I'm trying to think what else. Oh yeah, and I'm out there with Veyroon and Veyroon's Lothcat. I am joined by my own Lothcat, Bubby. And I'll throw it over to Stephen.
Steven, you're up next.
Hi, I'm Steven. My pronouns are he, him. I'm playing Varun, whose pronouns are also he, him. Varun is the restless playbook. I have a lot of, I have a pride of lost cats. I have an advisor of a lost wolf. I have a mount of an Awa, which is the big flying water beast things. So lots of animals and that kind of stuff. And whenever we last dealt with me, we had just grabbed the bounty hunter that the Weequay had sent after me, and we need to have a discussion about whether or not he should really take me in for the bounty.
Put him in binders,
True.
and stole his speeder cat. And after he was attacked by the clouder of loth cats, yeah, he's not loving life. This has been the worst job ever. Let's move on further to the right. Mark, you are up next.
Yes, I'm Mark, he and them, and I'm playing Leonti Saru, they, them. Leonti, when we left them, was the Luminous. And things are going bad at the salon, so I am going to be changing playbooks, and we'll see what that means as we go here.
Oh, just like, oh man, this salon is having trouble, so I'm out. It's great. Sweet. Very excited for it. Last but not least, Kay, you're up.
Hi, I'm Kay. I use the she and they pronouns, and I am playing Larad Kono, they, them, it. They are our brain picker, and they're about to introduce their two pretty friends to each other. Oh, what a nice time. It'll be great. So much fun. Nothing bad's happening.
Nothing at all. We had some HX rollovers that happened, and I would like to get that. I'd like to hit those. So when HX rolls over, folks, HX being history, when you get a +4, it means you mark an improvement, and then it rolls back to +1, and then the person who you rolled over with, you get to ask them a question. You get to know a bit more about them. We've had a brief discussion. There are some starter questions, suggested questions in the rules set. We've been through a good number of them, so folks may be diverting to ask different questions. And before we dip into that, I also want to make sure that it's clear we have decided there is an advanced move or a move that, yeah, it's an advanced move that we think is super interesting. It is in the preview for the rules and ref sheets called Open Up to Someone. It has a requirement that may never be met, which is a time of otherwise quiet and relative safety. That doesn't seem to be a theme of our game, but I think it's interesting. Stephen had as a wish last week, and I am putting it in play. So it is a basic move. Everyone has access to this move. I'm not forcing anyone. I'm not gating it behind improvements or XP or anything. But yeah, you have access to it, but good luck finding relative peace and quiet. So with that out of the way, we have some HX questions that are ready to be fired. Zay, you have an HX question for Veyroon. Hatchet, you have an HX question for Leonti. Who wants to go first?
I can go first because I know which question I'm going to ask, and I'm going to use one of the standard questions. What's our next step? Let's make a plan together for what comes next for us. Feels reasonable because we're both in the kind of this. Yeah.
Remind me what Hatchet's situation is right now.
We're hanging out in the apartment building. we are kind of in a conflict with the weak way. We were going to have a sit down and try to resolve that when the droids showed up.
Right, right.
We're involved with some fishing out in the harbor, or out of the harbor, I should say.
I
And
think
yeah,
that Leonti's plan is let's get the uh, Techno Union to wipe out our enemies for us.
well, the one issue with that is that the Techno Union is maybe our biggest enemy, but
True. But
otherwise, I like it. Yeah, cool. You're muted.
The
Yeah.
answer is to point that at that and then step back. Yeah, good plan. Good plan. Excellent. Then there is one HX question left. Zay, what shall you ask of Veyroon?
I'm conflicted. I am going to take one from the open up to someone. Um, for Veyroon, I think I'm going to go with this one. What are you keeping from yourself? When it comes out, will you be prepared to face it?
What I'm keeping from myself is that I think I'm fighting for something that doesn't exist anymore. I'm looking
Mm.
to try to get back to our people being at peace in this planet, in this place, and that isn't an option anymore. People are, the techno unions found a land here, and I just don't think that's winnable.
And then what do you think will happen when you come around to that?
Um, I
Or
think
will you be prepared to face it is the question.
that's a good question. I don't know if I'll be prepared to face it. I might, it might break me, um, or it might be what I need to, what I need to find out to move on. I'm not sure what'll happen in that case.
Very cool.
It's a good question. Is that fair?
Yeah, no, that's great.
Well, it feels appropriate for us to pick up where we left off because we have this arrival or the meeting of Leonti with Vakar, with Larad facilitating that. We have Veyroon and Zarek with Kesser and Hatchet. Where were we at end of session for Hatchet?
I think we ended with the fight in the market. I don't think
Okay, okay,
we continued from that.
okay,
And
cool.
remind me, was um who was it that cut off Jetpack's hand? Was that
Ah,
the car?
it was
That was.
not. It
No?
was a person who we are just seeing.
Okay, okay, cool.
A
That's the Night
night,
Sister,
a
yeah.
night sister. Yes.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Right, right. Yeah. Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. So I say all that to say I don't think live day to day makes sense here, but I commit to you that we will have time pass at the end of this session before the next so that we can engage with that move to kick things off. Now, I'd like to pick up with Zarek and Veyroon, but the question I have for that scene is you had just taken Kesser uh, in binders and said, we need to have a word. Do we want to pick up with that? Or do you think it is more interesting if we pick up with you guys acting on approaching the apartment building? And then if there's information that you need, we can flash back to whatever conversation you have with Kesser Falbin.
What do you think, Stephen?
I love flashbacks. So I think, doing something at the apartment building and then flashing back to what happened with the bounty hunters. Hot.
Okay, I'm good with it.
Good with it. Greg doesn't think it's hot. Okay, I'll keep that in
No,
mind.
it's just it's this like it's a tangle, and that's probably why Steven likes it. So I like it.
Okay, cool. So, less than a year ago, less than 6 months ago, this apartment building was one of the most coveted near your temple, Zarek. Almost all of the windows faced the beautiful bay. Views of the sun rising in the morning. When it had power, there were many amenities that were the talk of the area. Now, as the two of you look up, you see there are so few windows still intact that a number of them have been covered over, boarded up. And there's one entire floor that just looks like some giant punched through it. Around the perimeter of the apartment, especially near the obvious entrances and where speeders would arrive in the underground garage, you see that there are makeshift blockades and boundaries set up. You see from the moments that you had scouted around that there are one or two sentries. The Harridans are not an overly large gang. They can't afford to have a significant number of folks on guard here while also doing the stuff at the salon. May the salon live in peace due to the protection of the Harridans. But there are gaps in the security, you think. Perhaps there are lures. Perhaps you are perceptive. Varen, where have you sent your clouder, your herd of cats at this moment?
Yeah, I think they are um sort of they are out in the dark hunting, which means they're looking for anything to make sure they're keeping an eye out, right? They're like the spy network to make sure that we're not interrupted and to let us know if someone comes up or anything.
Zarek, you spotted a Weequay who is sitting in one of the old, I think maybe it was before the attack of the Republic and the bombing that took place. This was maybe a short, squat building that people, some kind of commercial building, maybe a bodega,
Storefront or yeah,
storefront.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. And in the burned out wreckage of this storefront, you heard like some clicking and whirring. And when you peered over, you saw a Weequay there, a techie that you recognize, Dab Ank Trawl. Uh, you know that Dab is part of Drenny Ock's gang, and he seems to be keeping an eye on this apartment building. And he's in the shadows, uh, trying to make sure that he can't be seen by them. But from your vantage point, a little further away from the apartment complex as you're near Veyroon, and the two of you are considering what to do. Dab is obvious to you, and you know who he is. What would you say is How have you dealt with Dab in the past and the gewgaws and other tech that he has brought to sell at your market?
Um, he's been a decent vendor at the market. He would bring some interesting stuff, kind of like Veyroon. Um, but very often it was where Veyroon is legitimate salvage. Um, his was not always legitimate salvage and would sometimes attract the wrong kind of customers or some authorities who were looking for stolen goods.
And when that was brought to your attention, did you ever act on that? Did you ever give him a heads up? Did you ever cover for him? Or was this just something you were aware of in case you need to act on it later?
No, I think it got to the point where I had to basically not let him, you know, be involved at the market. I had to sort of push him to the side and restrict his access. There was too many run-ins with authorities.
And so we're on the same page. Those authorities were British Sarnak authorities. This was pre-Techno
Yes, yeah,
Union.
pre-Techno Union, yes.
Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, so Dab has this little joystick operated device, and he peers up when he sees the two of you, and he kicks it, kind of scoots around a little bit to hide it, and switches down this little visor over his eyes.
I would like to read a sitch.
Oh, hey, that sounds like a good idea. This seems to be a charge station, I guess. I mean, yes,
Um,
sure.
isn't he one of the people who has a bounty out on me?
Huh. What an interesting question. Why the Weequay and Drenny Auk well, let's flash back.
Oh yeah.
We flash back to the bound Kesser Falbert as he says, not supposed to I ain't supposed to reveal who I'm working for, but since y'all got my device, you can sure as hell look up who opened a bounty for your head.
I think
It's
Zarek
been
has the bounty puck,
mm.
and
and
he's
I
just looking at
it's
it.
been made obvious to me who is interested in this, and it is the Techno Union using us normal folks against each other again. Um, how do you say we resolve this? I mean, we both know it's not moral for the Techno Union to take normal folks like you and me and put them at odds against each other because they can toss around money.
Sounds like you're trying to reason with him.
Ooh.
And Zay, don't forget you can back
Yeah, I
Riordan's
think I
play.
will back that play. Um, I think in the fiction what I might be doing to do that, but I mean, I'm just not giving him an exit, right?
Yeah,
All right. Plus one, that's a 9.
sweet. When you back someone's play on a 7 to 9, before you choose, the MC tells you what it'll cost you. But Kessler will remember that. Right now, Kessler's focused on Veyroon
Mm.
and Zayrek. You're making your play. You're obviously standing with Veyroon. That is what it will cost you. Is your anonymity is gone in this interaction. He now would see you as an ally of Veyroon for what it's worth.
Mm. Yeah, I think it's still worth it.
Okay.
+1 to Veyron's roll.
Okay.
Okay. Let me roll that as cool.
Yes.
That's an 11.
Wow, you're so cool.
Um,
He has to choose, set reservations aside and go along with you, or else frankly, flatly, maybe violently refuse. And at this point, I think, it's just check-ins, Eric. Maybe you'll pull a favor for them to hang out for a bit. But imagine that this caravan wants to move on, and you guys are doing a thing. So either
Yeah,
you're on the vehicle questioning him, or they're moving on. I'm cool with either of those options.
I think
is,
we're on the
go ahead.
caravan.
Okay. I was going to say we can
Yeah,
catch up with them later because we have a speeder bike.
Yeah, there's three of you. If you're keeping him as a prisoner, two of you if you're not.
I think
Up to you.
we've traded the speeder bike and we're
Oh,
on the back of one of their transports.
okay.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's say that you're in a overloaded speeder truck that's just bouncing along, asking these questions. He's seated on a bench. Two of you are up or seated if you wish. And you, Veyron, have given an excellent reason of like, how is this moral what you are doing? And Kesser, hell, listen, it was a guild. The guild took the bounty. They went through the right processes. If there was something wrong with the bounty, then I can have that conversation. But the moment I start talking about the morality of one person's point of view against another for a bounty, then I might as well give up my damn job. Everybody thinks they're innocent, and everyone's got their own point of view. We will operate by a certain code, and I took the bounty. I hear what you're saying, Veyron, and maybe you are an honorable man. I'm happy to take you in alive. I'll even speak to your character. I can't turn on it. It's what I do.
So your entire person, everything that you are, is a bounty hunter and not your decisions. The guild makes your decisions for you. You're not a free man. You're just whatever they tell you to do. Because if you're a free man, like those of us who have chosen to be so, you would decide where your loyalties lie and whether or not it's to. I, I assume we've all seen all the businesses around here. Credits talk, and that's all they care about. I assume that's the same with the bounty, with the guild. Bounties talk. You can put bounties out for anything. But I'm not talking to the guild, I'm talking to you. And do you let the guild make your decisions for you, or do you um maybe maybe you need to decide who you are? And maybe your job isn't who you are.
Veyron, I don't think you can reason with this man.
I took the bounty, and I got to be honest with you. The information I got now, maybe I wouldn't have taken that bounty. But I did. I made a commitment. And
You've
then,
been in my temple, haven't you? Zarek like pushes Veyron a little bit aside.
yeah, I have. It's nice.
And you sought to take Veyron. He looks at Veyron for confirmation.
Sure did.
Hmm. Broken my laws. And I will like to invoke the law speaks through you.
Nice. Talk us through that. Law speaks through you.
They have broken the law that takers forfeit. All are welcome, and if they're in their keep, takers forfeit ration. He's a taker. That's plus weird. Yeah, that's
So
flat.
if you don't mind, talk to me a little
Hmm.
bit about what's going on here. I'm trying to figure out, do I back this up, or am I
Oh,
backing this up with the conversation that I've had?
Zarek plans to take his whatever he has on
Hmm.
him and just kick him out the back of the speeder van. Just leave him out here. About in binders, just leave him.
And that's your judgment based off of how he.
Yeah, he came into my temple and tried to take my people.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, absolutely. I think I'd back that up just because those are the rules. That's the correct thing. And you know, Varun was struggling. Do I just step forward and slit his throat and drop him off, and that's it? That doesn't seem right. That's not
No, I'm not.
moral.
No.
But just leaving him behind, maybe
Yeah.
that's a good alternative. And when I see that, I think I'll back your play. So let me roll my HX with you. It's three.
Swear.
See what that looks like. That's an eight.
Ooh, it'll cost you.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Okay. What will it cost you? If the people know, the people of this caravan, they know the truth. You have a prisoner in the back. Like you swapped this guy's speeder bike. You stole his speeder bike and captured him. And there are people who recognize Kesser's well known as a bounty hunter. When you do violence to this man, they will know it and remember it. That is what it will cost you.
So I think during my speech that I was giving, I raised my voice. I'm not just talking to Kessler, I'm talking to everyone that you need to make a
Nice.
decision. And that's how this, and so that's how everyone knows, and we see what comes of it.
Okay. You're giving a +1 to Zarek?
Um,
You could
does
also give
law
him an
give
extra
your
choice.
does lawgiver give you choices?
So yes, on a 10 plus, but I don't know how you would, they all seem mutually exclusive.
I
Okay.
know. It's a
Yeah,
weird move.
yeah,
Okay, then a plus one makes sense.
yeah.
I'll let you off with a warning, but I'm going to make an exception. Like,
Yeah, I'm not
what?
exactly sure what rolling a miss on this looks like, but we'll get there if I roll one. Here we go. Hey, I rolled one. Um, on a miss, or if you are unable to obey the law's requirements, responsibility falls to you and you must pay the penalty yourself. You may choose to pay it in full, in reduced form, or only symbolically. Um, hmm. Honestly, if if you don't mind, I could think about that. We could
Yeah.
change
Yeah, we can
spotlight.
hot swap. Yeah. Yeah, let's hot swap
Okay.
to another scene, which is I'm gonna I want to slide right to Hatchet as you we just had the fight at the market. The droids were repelled. You did well. Like your group fought bravely to help the people of the temple escape, going over and above, right? That's not the salon. These weren't even salon folk. They were merchants and servants and regular folks. I'd like to pick up with you standing looking at Queen K's body. She had thrown herself over a grenade to save the lives of some children, buying time for them to escape. You girls are the Harridans are hard. There are no tears that will be shed for Queen K right now. but it's a lot. There are only so many of you. How long has Queen K's been with you all the time? This whole time?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that's like we the way I imagine it, we were kind of, I mean, camp followers, kind of like related to the mercenaries they were out
Hmm.
fighting.
Hmm.
We were, so we all knew each other before our relatives who were out fighting disappeared and whatever happened to them. So yeah, we've known each other for years.
Loop comes up from behind you. I'll send word to her mate. I don't know if it'll get to her.
Yeah, let's do that.
I need a cyber arm, I think. And Jetpack comes stumbling up to you, holding her arm, her severed arm in her hand. She looks like she's in shock. Um, it is cauterized. What do you do?
I think yeah, I think I had been standing there staring at Queen K for a few minutes, and this kind of shakes me out of that. Um, oh, Cork, what the did the droids do that?
It's this great bitch with a carking sword.
Hit me with the sword. Oh, sorry. Uh, sword, like a one of those Jedi swords.
Yeah, big red one. It doesn't
That's
hurt.
all we need. Well, we got to get this taken care of. Um, Knuckles, you help me with jetpack. Um, Hearts, red shirt, you make sure we get Queen back to.
Red shirts. Yeah, we got it. We got it. And when you head off with Jetpack, Red Shirt and Hearts move around as if they're gonna pick up, which, you know, a grenade blew out the inside of Queen
Yeah.
K. It is a gory thing. And there's a moment when Hearts squatted down and is trying to figure out, okay, how do we do this? And Hearts just draws two fingers along the pool of blood, swipes twice across her cheeks. Uh, Healers, yeah, that's going to be a tough thing to find. There are a lot of people who got hurt in this.
Hmm.
Um, where do you want to go? Do you want to try to? Oh, you could if you wanted. If you're looking to get Jetpack healed, perhaps you could drop some jingle.
Ooh, yeah, that's good. Um, I think, I mean, she talked about a cyber arm, and we have a workshop. It's not for that, but yeah, I think we try to find a healer first. She still has the arm. Maybe someone can do something like, you
Okay.
know, throw enough back on it. Maybe, who knows? But yeah, let's do drop some jingle. It's a fun move we haven't done much with. That's plus
Yeah, roll plus
barter.
barter, and your
Mm.
barter is a fine two.
Yeah. So let's see. Plus two and loading. A 9.
Okay, on a 7 to 9, your trading partner or the people of the marketplace consider you to be either rich or powerful. The MC chooses which. Powerful, right? That just
Yeah.
makes the most sense. You just saved a bunch of people. So we'll kind of jump ahead. There are folks who have left the temple. They're now. Let's take a look at our map. Where's a place that they might fall back to? Let's look at Sarnak larger. I think that gives me a little better picture. So they were at 5, the temple.
Hmm.
They've escaped out of that. They definitely don't want to be anywhere near Citadel Hill.
So the
Uh,
droids were like the orientation is that Leandre's salon is like on the east side, right?
if we look at that map smaller, that makes sense to me. I think. Um,
Or would the like open market part be more directed towards the harbor? I don't know what makes sense there.
Greg, Zarek, how do you want this to be
How have
oriented?
I pictured it in my head this entire time? I haven't.
Yeah.
The uh I think keeping it in the same cardinal directions between the two maps makes sense. So yeah, it would be the sort of the east.
Cool.
Cool. Because then the droids were coming in from like the west,
Hmm.
probably
Hmm.
like from the hill. Then people would be escaping east. It seems
Totally
to
makes sense.
make
Yeah,
sense to me.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Maybe they're huddled up in some of the buildings near the wall that comes down
Yeah,
there
or
above
just going
6.
back to wherever they live, like using back streets and whatever to try to get away from there.
Uh, let's say they're huddled together.
Hmm.
They've moved to a few buildings that are right up against the wall, and that is where you can come in. It's not that far, right?
Hmm.
And you come in with a very wounded jetpack who stagger walks. I imagine that not that yeah, Knuckles was with you, so Knuckles would like throw an arm around Jetpack's good
Hmm.
arm and take Jetpack's hand away from her,
Yeah.
and you people see you as powerful, and um, okay, that's how they would treat you and the deals that they would offer. Let's say that there's a Runian among them. Um, and her name is Elusa Veruni. She's in some pretty nice, like expensive looking armor, but she didn't fight alongside you. And she has this like back to tool. She will, okay, let me see what I can do. And she stops helping whoever she was helping, comes over, takes a look. It's a clean cut. I don't think there will be any infection, but I'm sorry, the damage is too severe. Nerves, there's no way we can reattach this.
Do you have some replacement or something?
Yeah, I don't have the tech to attach it though.
Well,
Not here. It would take me some time.
maybe we can help with that. We have, and I think I look to Hearts like the workshop. Do you think we could
Yeah,
think it could work?
sure. Yeah, we can make it work. You got to come with us though, Hart says. And it was just like, there are people you're
It,
coming with us.
it's not far.
Okay. Iluza says.
And if you need an assistant, if you have some an assistant or something, they can come too. Otherwise, we have people who can help you.
Bran? Iluza looks over to some guy and he's all of a sudden her assistant and he thinks for a second. You could get the moment of like, oh shit, I've been pulled into this. But he says, okay, sure.
Yeah, and whatever. I make sure that Hearts is the one, like she was the one helping Jetpack. So I make sure she keeps doing that so I can be the one who's kind of looking for trouble and that sort of thing.
Guess who the trouble's gonna be? Not sure if you know, but like there's a couple of PCs who might be the trouble.
Could be, could be. Uh, it's you. You're the problem. Uh, yeah, and also partly to because I trust myself to look for trouble more than Hearts, even though I trust Hearts more than most, but also so that I'm directing that energy outward and not towards the people who are helping us, because she would definitely do that. And yeah.
Cool. Uh, so because of that barter, I think I'm going to roll that out that people are like concerned that the person who's healing some folks is getting yanked away from the folks, but also you did save their lives.
Mhm.
So you leave that. Let's cut from there to jump into the salon. Mark, I see that you're chewing on something. Apologies, but I want to pull into that scene. You, if I remember correctly, tell me if I've missed anything. Leonti had effectively been luminous, and
Mhm.
the droids are transfixed. The war did not, the battle didn't touch the salon.
I did blow up one of the commando droids with my fancy gun.
Oh, that's right. You did
And
blow up the
there's a little
phase.
conversation
Yeah.
between me and whoever was on the other line. They said
Mm,
that I was a traitor. And I said, fine, I'm going to act like one then, and shot it point blank. And
that's right. Thank you
so I
for that.
did.
I had missed that, and that is
I'd
definitely a
forgotten about
thing
that as well.
worth remembering.
Feels important.
Feels important indeed. And moments ago, Larod had just brought this new friend, who's a pretty pink or pretty purple person, much like Leonti, Vakarvral, and made an introduction slash meet cute, I think. Um, Vakar gives you a nod of greeting, but is obviously distracted. Something outside of the salon is taking some of his attention.
um, how what happened with the other? Because there are two other commando droids there, right? How did they react to one of them getting shot? I forget if we went
I
there.
don't know if we went there, and I think it is interesting if because if you recall, Pelric was nearly hurt. Uh, Clothal saved him. Perhaps he draws those droids away from you
Mm,
to
okay.
make good his escape.
Yes, yes.
So
Isn't Pelric dead? 'Cause
No.
didn't Larod do a whammy on him, and then the Night Sister looked at him and was like, "Oh, you're weak," and like finished
Mm,
him off or whatever. I thought.
oh
possibly.
wait, I do remember you did a whammy on him. I don't remember if Clothal hacked him up or just said you're weak and walked away. Oh man. Well, since you specifically remember it and I am vaguely
To be fair, I could be. I'm like, I remember there was a whole "you're weak" leaving moment. I'm not sure if Clotho finished them off or not.
mm-mm. Boy, oh boy. I wish I were better at remembering things that happen.
Don't you have
Uh,
the transcript thing?
I'm looking at it right now,
Yeah.
trying to find it. Oh, by the way, Leonti, they're using a she, her pronouns for your character. Very interesting. Why that choice? But okay, whatever. Oh, some discussion about Dungeon Crawler Carl adaptations. I don't remember that at all. This is not helpful. Mm, no. I don't see anything here, and rather than continuing on, we'll just put it up to one of two options: either a quick vote, show of hands, or I roll a die of fate. Which do you guys think is more interesting?
I'm happy either way.
Okay, quick show of hands or a vote in chat for those who are not on cam. Pelric is alive but wounded and pulled the commando droids to him and continues as a potential threat. Anyone interested in that?
And the other option is Pelric is dead.
Pelric is dead, murdered by Clothal for being weak.
I like the murder.
I like the murder.
Okay, Pelric's
I
dead.
like the assisted murder by Larad.
Make it
Larad the
messy.
assisted murder.
Oh, okay, sure. You get partial credit.
Listen, it's like a hockey game, okay, Rich? I get the assist.
I'm glad you explained that because that is not a thing I know much about. But okay, cool. Then that means that the commando droids did not leave for that. Uh, and so how is it that they're not shooting you? Um, is the question we must answer. That
I
is
mean, did
less interesting than this conversation, them shooting you and us going into.
did Vicar just remove the threat, maybe?
He
Or
is really good at killing droids. So maybe they aim at you after the quick meeting and he flicks his hand out and the lightsaber does the thing where it slices to commando droids and returns to his hand. Um, great. So, yes, Vicar still seems a little distracted at other things that are going on. My master is coming.
Oh, so we should be prepared to kill them?
you're not a Jedi.
I am not. I am no Jedi.
Rod, where did you find this friend? It's intriguing.
They found me. And they can do the and like Larad will like wiggle their fingers and they're pretty like you.
Yes, they're very pretty like me. Um,
We're gonna go on an adventure.
are we now? Uh, you introduced Vicar, was it?
Hmm.
Um, we are in a little bit of a hurry right now. Is there something that we can do for you, Vicar?
Vicar uh, lowers himself down to one knee and then uh, gets down on both knees. And his eyes are trained on that exit that you saw all the droids go through that started the fight in the market. He does not answer you.
Larod, I think your friend is
This isn't good conversation, Vicar, and I like poke Vicar's shoulder.
um so Larod, while your friend is doing whatever they're doing, um did did you meet any of the I mean, Pelric, clearly you had uh have you talked to any of the Techno Union people?
Not since a little. Well, so Vicar killed the one I talked to last time and
Mm-hmm.
took the spicy object I asked you to find the language about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then before I wasn't happy with Pelric because the droids were being mean to you.
Right.
So I told him he should go step in front of the bullets everywhere and kill himself.
Right.
He didn't, but he got really hurt, and then I can't feel him anymore. So I think he's dead now.
So I had an interesting conversation with one of them, Melvin, I think it was Melvin, and among other things, um, they said that one of the options, if things went poorly for them, was to level this place from orbit, and
Hmm.
killing one of their officials and blowing up their droids. I don't feel safe here anymore, and maybe we should
We can
go.
go with the car.
Vakar, do you have a ride?
I came with my master.
I gave you drugs.
She is here.
Lurad, do you know the, their master?
No, we haven't met yet, but we're gonna kill them.
A chill runs over uh, your bones, and you see first in Vakar's eyes, and then he casts them down, holds his hand up, and you see in his hand, Leonti, are 6 of the vials of blue rapture, and then all 6 of them float up and then fly towards the uh, red uh, cloaked night sister as she enters the area, casually holds a hand out. And
I think Rod's a little transfixed looking at this night sister because it's been so long since they've seen someone that kind of looks like them.
there were 8. Where are the other 2, Vikar? Vikar says, I got all of them for you, Master. Then he falls, one hand on the floor.
Vicar, I don't mean to be rude, but I'm pretty sure there were 8.
And
I'm pointedly not looking at Lurad.
Clothaw's cloak, like the dress that she wears, I think it covers the ground. It like drags just slightly. There's a little bit of a train, and so it's almost as if she is floating when she moves to the 3 of you. The Auntie Saru, this is your salon.
For the moment, I am afraid it is in peril of destruction very shortly, and I was planning on um, leaving for just a tick.
Hmm. And then her eyes turn to you, the rod. Child,
Once,
still. Your hand grasped Pelric and twisted,
yes.
did it not? Hmm.
Peruk upset Leonti. I don't like it when my pretty friends get upset. Looks at Leonti, looks at, at the car.
Speak like a child. Embarrassing. You sent one of the vials with a loth cat, but you have the last.
Hmm.
Give it to me.
Oh no. Um, uh, you want to make a deal?
Yes, you may walk out of this salon after you have done what I ask.
That's not how I initiate deals. We could get to that part, but the first part is a handshake.
You
Rod,
are
I don't think
not
that's a very good
nearly
idea. I would not do that.
you are not nearly as clever as you think you are, Larad Kono.
I have to apologize for my friend. They are very straightforward. It's refreshing, really.
Vikar, get me the last vial from Larad Kono.
Larod, what were you saying that we were going to do with the master just a few minutes ago?
And the rod like looks at you like, "Are you sure you want me to say that out loud?"
And Vikar says, I'm sorry, Larad. And He starts to stand up. What do you do?
Um, hmm.
I have
Oh,
one we can use if you want to, but I defer to you.
I mean, Larad does not want to die, and Larad is not stupid. So I think Larad will sort of frown a bit, but will pull out the vial.
Vakar stands and reaches for it, knowing you are a tricksy individual, but trying to make sure that his master gets exactly what they want.
Mhm. I will place it in Vikar's hand, but I'm not looking at Vikar. And I'm like, "Are you a Night Sister?"
I am indeed.
Hmm. Are there lots of you around here? I mean, I've never seen them before, so I assume not. But are there lots of you somewhere?
I am the only one who is here.
Hmm. Can you tell me about the Night Sisters?
And at that point, Vakar gently takes the vial from your hand and starts to walk over to her. Yes, you will come with me, Lorad Kono, and I will tell you of my people.
Okay, we'll come with you. And I like take Leonti's hand.
Larod, I'm not sure that's the best idea.
I thought you wanted to leave.
I do, but want to. I don't think leaving with them is the right move. You're welcome to, but I'm afraid I would just get in the way.
And Clotho at this point just turns her back on all of you with Vakar walking after her. Like her business is done here. She is leaving. Completely
Mm.
casual. Well, maybe not casual. Done with you.
But I want you to come with me. You didn't really get to talk with my pretty friend, and I think we should do more of that. And they're clearly very good at defense, which you need right now.
If you come, you will be my servant.
See, I'm really opposed to that idea.
Can we have a different word?
I'm sure they have lots of words. I think servant's the most charitable one.
Hmm.
And Clotho walks out of the salon back into the temple area. Vakar glances back at you, Larod.
Larod, we should go out the back way and forget we ever saw them.
Um, I wanna. Interesting.
I think maybe am I reasoning with you now? I think
Feels like you're reasoning. Yeah, let's hit that move.
Yeah.
Reasoning is
Cool.
cool.
You can interrupt. I think if you wanted to interrupt the reasoning, it makes sense if Larod is bound and determined not to be reasoned with.
I think the problem with that is Larod's focus is less on interrupting Leonti and more on trying to get a read on Vakar. And what is Vakar's thought on this?
Okay, then let's say that this move, um, the reasoning would happen after you get a read on Vakar. Then I think so. Go ahead and roll to
Okay.
read a person.
Read a person. That's a sharp, which is a 1. 7.
Okay. 7 to 9. You get to ask 2 in total.
What do you hope I'll do?
Uh, Vakar hopes you won't follow because this situation went far out of where they thought they could control it. Um, and the way that you can tell is Vakar, you, sh you should stay with Leonti, he says. There's a bit of desperation in his eyes. You get a second question.
Ah, okay. Choices, choices, choices. What are you feeling right now?
He's feeling ashamed and afraid. The plan stated openly in front of his master, he is in trouble. And he thinks if you go with him right now, you will kill him.
Mm, that's sad. Um, mm,
You are pretty murdery.
he is pretty murdery. Yeah. Um, hmm. Can we meet up later?
Uh, Clothod does not answer such casual questions as she's left, and Vicar doesn't answer for Clothal, and they leave. So now you can reason, Leonti, because the quick read took place. As
Alrighty.
you are saying, hey, maybe you shouldn't go.
That is a 12.
So reasonable.
So reasonable. When you reason, they have to choose, set reservations aside and go along, or frankly, flatly, and maybe violently refuse.
And the value of reason with someone is you have to put your cards on the table,
Yeah.
right? You can't play around with it. You say, okay, I accept, or no, I never will accept.
Yeah.
Or I accept only if you do that. Those are the options. You can't pussyfoot around. That's at least from what I've read in the Discord, why Vincent says this move even exists is to force someone to commit.
Yeah, and I think Larad puts their hand into Leonti's hand. And you can tell for the first time, which is atypical because Larad's usually got a pretty neutral expression. They look kind of sad.
Is there anything here that you need, Rod?
No.
All right. We need to go to the docks.
Okay. And as they start to walk towards the dock, at what age does someone actually become an adult?
That's a very interesting question with a very complex answer. Let's talk about it on the way.
And the rod will go, but like they do that thing where like every now and then they'll kind of like turn their head and look behind them as if like they're looking for their friend. Like
And we see Clothal and Vakar walking respectfully behind, and Clothal reaches a hand up, and the blue rapture's secreted somewhere on her person, and instead we see this familiar looking holocron that floats above her hand and starts to shift and open up while she is headed back towards her ship. And we will take our mid-game bio break here. Okay, let's pick up with Zarek and Varun after your flashback where you had dealt with oh,
Well, let's see what Zarek was going to what Zarek did.
right.
Yeah,
Right.
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 So uh Zarek gets closer to Kesser,
Kesser.
um, Kesser,
Like yes, sir. That's how I
uh,
think of it.
and says, "I have failed you. I didn't provide." And so he starts grabbing like other like foodstuffs from the truck, and like just starts shoving them in his hands, and is like, "If you're a taker, be a taker." He keeps like pushing it and like pushes him off the back of the truck, but like with his arms loaded up with
Well,
stuff
okay.
from these people. Yeah.
I like the picture, but just
Yeah.
so I got to keep my head canon intact. He was in binders. He's not in binders. Do you have binders
Oh,
in front
yeah,
of
that's
him?
right. So he's like, I think he's like stuffing it in his pockets,
Okay.
right?
Cool. Cool. Cool.
Yeah. But he's still in binders when Zarek kicks him off the back of the speeder truck.
Damn.
We're not going fast.
Are we? No, that's fine. We're not going fast. I'm okay saying a caravan wouldn't necessarily be going at breakneck speeds. Okay. Awesome. That is what happens with Kesser. And then we kick forward to you had that quick conversation with, or you had noticed that a member of Drenny Ox crew, Dab and Catral, was there. That he's someone who you had to push to the side, kick out of the market because he fed stolen goods, probably for Drenny's crew.
Right.
And Varen, you realize, oh, this guy's part of Drenny's crew, the ones who took the
The
bounty
bounty,
on
yeah.
you.
And Zarek's play here is that he's trying to let the weak way do their stuff against Hatchet and the gang to be the distraction. So Zarek really has no interest in distracting him whatsoever. Is really like, okay, they're doing something. That's good news. We wait. Um, is Veyroon like making a move to go over there and mess him up?
I think he noticed us.
He noticed,
Oh, we noticed
yeah,
him. He
yeah.
did notice
No,
us?
he noticed us,
Oh,
and that's
You
what.
well,
noticed
that
him first,
changes.
and then you yeah, but he's
Yeah.
noticed the two of you. Yeah.
Hmm.
He doesn't like draw a weapon on you or anything, Veyron. He just did a quick like head nod to Zarek, and he's hiding his little joystick device that he's got in his hand.
Yeah. So I was going to read a sitch, but instead of read a sitch, I think I'm going to walk over to him and I want to read a person because I want to
Ooh.
find out more about him instead of, figuring out what's going on in this situation. I think I want to figure out what's going on with him. So,
Well, let's sorry. I want to paint a little bit of
Mhm.
this hollowed out area that he is hunkered down in. There's a bunch of broken Duracrete. Maybe there was a storefront window that's completely cracked, and the doorway is completely gone. The sun is pouring into this area. So I want to ask Zarek, well, Greg, you had said, "Hey, this was some kind of storefront." I threw out the possibility of bodega. Let's nail
Yeah.
it. What was it?
It's a fish market,
Oh, that's
right?
great.
Or
That's great. Fish
yeah.
market. Maybe we see the remnant of an old sign that's written in Weequay about fish for sale. Yeah, good. Thank you. And maybe there's like an old cooler that no longer has power and has old rotten fish, so it smells pretty bad in
I,
here.
I think
Um,
Zarek would be. Oh, Veyroon, leave him.
We don't want him to announce our presence.
I'm not gonna announce your presence, idiot. You got
Um,
you got business with that gang? Go for it. Might
we
as well
will
be
help you
quick.
if you will help us.
They're gonna
We
be around much
need,
longer.
yeah, we will help you if you will help us. We need someone out of there. We need his sister out of there.
They got your sister?
Yes.
Huh. Jenny didn't know you were in open conflict with Leonti.
Open conflicts. Not exactly how I would say it. We had a disagreement.
Hmm. What are you going to pay for her? What do I get out of it? You hear a little hovering sound and a little droid, like a floating droid. It's not a, it's like a, oh, I can't remember the different rankings of droids. This
Yeah.
is a basically a robot, like a cam droid kind of thing, but it does have little like arms. It's about this big, and it looks like he's controlling it, like a rigger from Shadowrun. He's
And
got a
I
little
think
toy.
when he asks, what do I get out of it? I step forward and I say, "Are you trying to hold his sister for ransom too?"
Oh my God. Do you ever like stop?
Um,
This guy. So what a journey once you dead. I don't care. Wait, you gotta lecture me?
why is it you want to take out this gang?
It's what Drenny wants. She pays.
Why does she want to take out this gang?
Because they're fighting over the docks. That's
Okay.
ours.
Um, so I've already said, you help us, we'll help you. That's what you get out of it.
All right, what's your plan?
We're going to have an inside person that's going to go in and slip in, turn off the defenses. We'll slip in, find the sister, and get out. What's yours?
I was gonna activate this missile that's sitting up there, about 7 floors up, blow them all to fucking hell.
Well, then it's important that we do ours first.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense.
You have a distraction for that missile? Because we could use that distraction to get in.
No, I was just gonna set off the missile, no warning.
We could be, Zayrek, you and I can be the distraction. So they come after us.
If
Oh,
they come after, they go out of the building and they don't get blowed up. That's pretty stupid.
ah, I tell you what.
Why don't you make a distraction and draw more of them into the building?
What I was thinking was, sure, we can run into the building.
Okay.
Um, and if you're willing to sacrifice your droid, we could make it look like we were on the seventh floor, and um, then they'll all run up there, and then you'll be sure and get all of them.
Hmm. Didn't pay that good. I was putting it on a timer. I kind of like AG. I don't know how I can much help you guys, honestly. I say you just go in, get your sister, and get out. I don't have anything against you. Although you cost me some creds.
You're
Or
wasting our time, Veyron. We should go get Vesa Ryder, the other slicer.
Uh,
I'm gonna try to play the.
he stands up. Like he still has a little joystick in his hand. He stands up, and the little things hover kind of near like him, like his back up or something. It's like that girl's terrible. She's bad at her job. You saw she's got a cybernetic hand. You know why? They chopped off her hand when she got caught trying to slice something. He holds up his
I
hand.
heard she cut it off to have better interface with the HoloNet. Listen, we're not interested. You do what you need to do. We'll get in and get out on our own. This he can't even he can't even set that missile up. I'm sure Hatch's people have disabled it real well.
AG, you didn't know shit. All right, then. We're at an impasse. Go do your stupid job.
So I think
You'll hold off.
Sure.
so. I turn to Zarek. We step off, so out of hearing range, and I say, "Here's the plan. D goes in. They don't have defenses against, small animals. She'll turn off the defenses. Um, we'll then be able to run in, grab your sister, and we'll take off from the roof where Awa will pick us up. How's that?
I like the first part. D goes in, turns off the defenses. Uh, we make sure Hatchet's people see him. They go after him. We sneak in the back. Like we use him as our distraction. Like,
Yeah, sure.
Honestly, I don't think there are much in the way of defenses to turn off. It's like
okay,
there's some people watching, but it's not like we have cameras or anything.
Right, but we don't know that. We think you're a fancy
right.
group that like has
Oh
all
yeah,
these
yeah,
defenses in
that's true.
place,
That's
and
true.
if you're going to kidnap people, then hey. And yeah, yeah. So I think what we see, if we're going to do that, I think what we see is we see D, you know, jump up several awnings onto a building and then jump across and then goes inside and I'm like, here we go. I've trained her special for this. And she goes inside and like licks a paw and like, curls up in the sun somewhere. I'm like, oh yeah, the defenses are about to go down. We just give her a second and then we can go in. Once we hear her take off, I think something happens and she tears off and we hear inside the building um, that there's a commotion. I'm like, he's a master at this.
Amazing. Uh, just because this seems appropriate, I think this is when Hatchet, you come rolling back in with the obviously messed up jetpack, along with Elusa and Bren, two Runians. Zarek, Elusa Veruni, you recognize her. Um, why is she wearing that very expensive looking fancy armor? Is she rich? Is she well connected? Is she important? Or what?
Oh, um,
And you,
it.
of course, she's in the NPCs. If anybody needs to click on my
Yeah,
icon, I'll
I
drop
yeah,
you.
I clicked on her to find her. The we're a war-torn city, and where there have been so many capable healers, Veyrun included, who have done what they can, where they can, for who they can. Uh, she is she's the best one, and she demands a high price. So she is fancy because she is getting paid and not doing things for, not following any sort of Dr. Hippocratic oath kind of thing.
Cool. Yeah. So Elusa has been around this. This isn't a surprise. She maybe is a little surprised you took over this apartment complex. She's sticking near you, Hatchet. She has no weapon. She's not a fighter. She just wants to not die. So who was yeah, everyone other than Belle was at the market, so she was just by herself. Devon?
No, and like of the named
Oh, sure.
characters.
So we have a
Yeah,
few Harridans that
yeah.
unnamed.
I think we were a dozen to begin with,
Hmm.
so there's
Okay.
like her and five more, but some of them may be like a couple may be down at the boat at the docks. Someone might be out running errands, so it's probably her and like three more in the whole building. And then we have the additional people we've taken in. So there's probably a dozen more people there. But of the Harridans, it's just her and let's say three more.
Okay. Cool. So, uh, Zarek and Varun, you see Hatchet and some of her crew come back to the apartment complex. Uh, while your lost cats are taking down defenses.
Um, can we actually say that? So Zarek and I, we were going to cause a distraction with D. So we hear the noise. Can we be entering as we see that Hatchet's coming back?
Sure, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Not a problem at all. Sweet. Let's hit a roll. So I don't think they have a you have a guard on Devon. She's just unconscious in one of the rooms, right?
Yeah, if she's unconscious, I don't think we have. Maybe we have put like one of one of the kids who are staying there, like just keep an eye on her, make sure come get one of us if she wakes up, that sort of thing.
Awesome.
Go tell someone if she wakes up.
Sweet. Yeah. So let's have that be a go tall kid because I don't think I've ever seen a child go tall. I don't have a picture of a child go tall, but maybe we'll say it's Relna Dara Sevrak. That could be a kid.
Sure.
So the two of you uh, enter into this apartment bedroom that D led you to. Did D hand over the blue rapture to you? If D
Oh
showed
no,
up,
no.
then
I have no idea it's there. It's just in her collar and she's wandering
oh, that's
around.
amazing.
Yeah,
That's great. That's
yeah.
great. That is a Chekhov's file. Okay, sweet. So D led you into this room, and you see there's a little Relna. Relna is this little Gotal kid, and she's got some little device game that she's playing. That's right. And she looks up.
Hey, hey,
Uh,
hey. There's a weak way out there in the fish shop. Go take care. Like Zay's do like his best thing, like to be a gangster, right? Like
Sweet.
he's a member of the Hatchet's gang. Like, hey, go tell the others. There's a weak way across the road. He's doing something weird.
Um,
Is this
huh.
reason with someone or
I guess it's reason someone. Sure.
or is this demand something?
Uh, maybe demand feels more right. Yeah, like yeah.
On aggro, when you demand something of someone, they have to choose or push back hard.
I don't know if it's even a role. Like, this just a go tall kid. She's not gonna talk smack to you. Okay. And she turns off her little game. Just a second. It takes forever to save. And then stuffs it into her coat and scampers off.
I'm gonna bend over and pick up Devon and kind of put her in a fireman's carry and
Okay.
say,
And
out.
Devon, she's passed out. She's pale. You can see that she took multiple blaster wounds and has been bandaged up. She's been cared for, maybe not like hospital level care, but you know, they,
How
they need
obvious is it exactly what happened here? In other words, do we respond with, boy, Hatchet really messed her up, or do we respond with, oh, Hatchet tried to take care of her?
that's a great question.
Oh,
Um,
is there a role for that?
I don't know. I guess open your brain.
Ooh. I'll open my brain. Do you want to open your brain? If you don't, I will.
Uh, I think you're carrying her. It makes more sense.
Okay, that sounds perfect.
Yeah.
So I'll open my brain to see exactly what she feels like. Um, that is a 4.
Wow. On a miss, the MC will tell you what.
I think this is
Yeah.
what this looks like is I have some healing abilities, right? I know where wounds are, so I pick her up carefully to make sure she's not hurt. And in doing so, this is what I glean from her wounds.
Yeah. And it's a miss. Sweet. So, I think what happens is you open your brain and you see the those moments when she covered for you with the weak way when they were attacking you. You see that moment as they hit her several, like twice,
Mhm.
and she scampers off, and a couple of them chase after her, and you see the moment as she defends herself and has to kill the two of them, but it was not pretty. And some time passes. She's trying to crawl away until she's discovered and passes out. And you see that the Harridans brought her back here. Here's my miss. Hatchet, this young Gotal girl comes running up to you. There's a couple of the blues up there. They're working with the girl. They're trying to take her.
What? Oh, uh, yeah. I know. Yeah, I know where we're keeping her. So I
Yeah.
just take off there. If I see anyone of the gang on the way there, I grab them. Otherwise, I'm just going by myself. Hearts, make sure they get to the workshop. Then come get me. Then come find me.
Okay. So yeah, Hearts will make sure that Jetpack and Eluza and Bryn head down to the workshop as you head up to try to deal with Zarek. And I think it's like long hallway of
Yeah,
apartment
yeah.
complex kind of thing. You come charging up the stairs. Varun is fireman carrying. I guess Zarek, you're
I
leading the
think
way.
yeah, Zarek would be leading the way. Yeah. Because
And there's that
Veyron's
moment
a
of like,
little yeah.
boom, Hatchet appears. You're a gang leader. You got to have with a couple of your gang members behind you to make things way more dangerous and for them to cause problems when you're being reasonable. But yeah, you come up at the end of the hallway, and then boom, you see Zarek and Veyron. Go.
Is this? No, I don't think we're entering. No, wait. Did I get a couple of my gang members? Did I
Yeah,
understand that
yeah, you're
correctly?
a
Yeah,
gang
yeah,
member.
cool.
You're a gang
Oh,
leader.
this
They
is
could
a
have told
violent
you
Yeah,
to help.
situation, I think.
yeah,
Zarek's got his gun out.
that's what I was thinking. This is not a non-violent
Yeah,
situation.
this is
So,
a
Correct.
yeah.
This does
Okay.
not trigger.
yeah, yeah. Um,
You can't make it worse this time.
yeah. I'm trying to because this was like grabbing the wasn't Hatchet's idea. That
Right,
was
it wasn't
something
your plan,
Jetpack did.
right?
Yeah. That
Yeah.
was
Zarek
Jetpack
doesn't know
who.
that.
No,
Right.
no. Of course,
Yeah.
of course. I'm just trying to figure out how Hatchet wants to play this because she
Yeah.
was intending to use like Jetpack came and delivered this, and Hatchet figured,
Jetpack made
yeah,
it
I can
worse.
use this as leverage against Zarek in some way. I'm not sure exactly how, but I'll figure that out when it comes to it. And now we're suddenly
There.
in this situation. Um, uh,
Zarek is at the other end of the hallway. Zarek has his scatter gun out, and he like is eyeing you. He hasn't raised it yet, but he
yeah.
isn't exactly putting it down.
Yeah.
And he just goes, Hatchet,
Zarek,
I'm leaving with my sister.
are you now?
I am.
Um, oof. And I think like I have my blaster carbine and I'm also holding it and haven't raised it yet. Um, I think we should have a little discussion before that happens.
In the interest of that discussion, there's a Weequay outside who's about to blow this whole place up. And he puts one hand up. That wasn't my idea.
I think you need to roll something for that.
Yeah, I think I need to convince you yeah, okay.
Is that reason
Uh,
with
Yeah, it feels
someone,
like you're
maybe?
I think
reasoning.
it's, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely reason with someone.
yeah.
And I'm gonna
Oh,
say Red Shirt has your back
something
here,
I'm
and
actually good
maybe
at.
an unnamed member or two are here with Hatchet, but you're
Yeah.
definitely the point of the spear.
Mhm.
Uh, is Veyroon in a position to back my play? Or
Um,
do not
I
want to
was
keep minding that?
no, I think I was surprised that you gave the weak play over to Hatchet, so I'm not going to.
Oh, yeah, damn. All right. Um, uh, okay. I'm gonna
Not that
roll
I'm a big
plus
fan of
two.
any of them, but still.
Right. Here we go. Put a hit out on you and you're still standing up for them. Too good, Veyroon. It's an 11.
Oof. Well, that's probably good in in light of the situation. So reason with someone, say, yeah,
Yeah,
say
go
what
along
they'll
with
do with
them,
you.
or frankly, flatly, maybe violently refuse.
And I think what are you trying to make me do here?
I'm not even trying to like have you divide your forces. I just like
Let me
if
go. I
if
think
we're
it's
gonna
what you're
have a
trying to say.
little chat about this, we need to not have a bomb go off while we're doing it.
Um, so I
Like there's an
think,
imminent danger if we just sit here and chat without dealing with that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I think. I think there's like a brief back and forth, like, where are they? Can you point them out? They're in the fish shop.
Right. Yeah.
And
They're in the fish
I
shop.
tell my gang members to watch him. If he raises that gun, then shoot. And I like move into one of the apartments, look out through the window, and try to see if I can spot the weak way.
Oh, free to Sitch.
Cool. That's sharp, right?
Yeah.
Now this I'll assist with,
Oh, cool.
right? Because shit's going down. We've got to fix that. So let me see. This is I've got a 2 with you. Oops. And there's a bomb in the building. So that's an 11. And I
Nice.
can choose a benefit.
Yeah,
Um,
you can choose either to give a +1 or an extra question.
extra choice. And I'll give you a +1.
Yeah, I think that's good. There's just one thing we need to. I roll for a total of a 5. So the MC will tell you what. They might have you ask one anyway, but be prepared for the worst.
Go ahead and ask one anyway. Be prepared for the worst.
Um, who or what poses the biggest threat to me?
Yeah. So the two of you look out and looking through a broken window, like there's a couple of pieces of glass there, and that Weequay moved. Maybe he didn't stick in the place where you have been tagged, but uh, Hatchet, you look through a piece of the floor up, and you see in the floor above you that there is a like a droid that has weird tendrils that's slithering along the ceiling, moving on the floor where the bomb is.
I'm
It
gonna
looks
shoot
like it's
that droid.
moving away.
Oh,
from the bomb.
well, I'm gonna shoot the droid anyway.
Sure, sure. Yeah, this is great. Attack him.
Cool. Oh, wait, I haven't been marking my things I've been
Oh,
rolling.
crap.
I rolled sharp. I rolled something else before, right?
You
That
reasoned with
was,
someone, you
um, or didn't I? No, I did roll something.
you did.
Not open your brain, not read a person. Well, I'll figure it out
Sorry.
and mark it. Anyway, but this is attack someone. That's hard. And the +2. I get a 5. I've been rolling so well all season up until this, so I guess it's due. But I think
Amazing.
let me check my moves. No, that's on when you attack or do battle on any hit. And then we have numbers, but that does not help with this. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you fire at the droid, bloop bloop, you clip one of its little tendrils thing and it slithers out a window and quickly gets out. Like it's basically
Mhm.
rolls down. You guys see those weird old sticky squid that you throw and watch it kind of roll
Yep.
down a
Yep.
thing? It basically rolls down the side of the building to GTFO. And Varen, that is when you remember that AG, the beloved droid, that he said, "Oh, I was going to set a timer because I don't want to blow up AG." And that's when this session will come to a close.
Uh,
So, let us do our end. Sorry, it's a little on the short, but that just seemed too appropriate. Leonti, who knows you better?
Larad for sure.
Then Laurent add +1 to your HX. Leonti, are you satisfied with the world and your place in it?
I'm not. Nope.
Mark another XP. And then does your scavenge choice still hold true? I think we're doing the operator, so
Yeah, I it does not because I changed my scavenge to the operator's scavenge, which is I weigh my reputation like any other resource. I also, since I am losing the salon, lose my patron, so that drops my barter by one more.
ouch.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay. Uh, Larod, since okay, I know you got a hard stop, well, although we're going to be way ahead of it, he says, knowing that we're going to BS, but it's fine. Larod, are you, who knows you better?
Leonti for sure.
Are you satisfied with the world and your place in it?
No.
You lost your friend, lost your friend, and all the
Mm,
blue
my
watchers.
friends.
And does your scavenge choice still hold true?
I think maybe I feel like the A doesn't necessarily make sense, but I feel like he was a little too nice for B, and I guess like he was trying not to get murdered, but hmm, I feel weird about that one.
Okay.
I rewrote a new scavenge at
Yeah,
one point.
we could come up with a new scavenge.
We shall contemplate that.
Okay. Zarek, who knows you better?
Hatchet.
Interesting. Are you satisfied with the world and your place in it, or however long that may be?
No.
Okay. Does your scavenge choice still hold true?
Yes, I think so.
Veyroon,
Ooh, advance.
who knows you better?
Zarek.
And are you satisfied with the world and your place in it, however long that may be?
I am not.
Does your scavenge choice still hold true?
It does. And there's an additional question of who knows who knows D better, I think.
Or who does
Um,
it? Is it who does
which of
D
you
know
does
better?
my loft cat know better?
Hmm.
Um, and D basically really only interacted with Zarek. I think Zarek knows, yeah. And that is, I add +1 to my HX on my script on my sheet.
That is
Okay.
so weird, but
Okay.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
And then
backwards.
Hatchet. Who knows you better?
Zarek and Veyron.
Nice. Are you satisfied with your world and your place in it for however long that may be?
Oh yeah, sure. We're having a armed standoff in a building with an armed bomb in it. No, I am not.
Okay. And then
I get
does
an
your
HX question with a hatch.
oh, does your Scaven's choice still hold true?
For now, yes.
Okay. Cool. Then let us quickly move on for wishes. Let's see. How did the Weequay react to the fighting inheritance part in it? I think we saw a bit of that. See a certain missile explode. Doing what I can, guys. Doing what I can. Leonti and Vakar meet up when meeting the Dathomirian. That happened. Leonti conversation with Zay. That didn't happen. Move not advanced. We talked about that, and it's in play. And HX questions. Wow, we knocked out a bunch of wishes. Good job, us. Let's make some more. Who has wishes?
I'm gonna wish. Um, I want what's their name? I want Vakar and Clothout to show up looking for D's drugs. Like in the midst of all of this.
That'll tie up in my wish, which is I definitely want more interactions with Clotho. Like I don't want that to be they walk off and that's it. I want more interaction with them. I think that would be fun.
Okay. Who else has wishes?
I would like to get back together with the rest of the group at some point. I would also like to have a sweet vehicle reveal at the docks. I've got one picked out.
What if your vehicle is at the docks near where Hatchet stuff is all
Yeah,
going
yeah.
down?
I, I
Yeah.
I figured I had it stashed there because it's probably what I came here in, and yeah.
I also had a wish to see Leonti's sweet ride. So I'm looking forward to that. And I would like to see after Zarek survives the explosion. I would like to see Zarek returning to the temple and seeing in a short period of time now how it has changed.
I have a quick question related to that. You mentioned surviving the bomb. This bomb going off is a great reason for any of us to change playbooks, right?
Exactly.
Um,
Right? Yes,
if
very
there's
much.
anything that goes on, and there's, a couple of people who don't have businesses anymore. How does changing playbooks work? Do you just move your moves over? Or I don't know the mechanics of
So
that.
what I did was, so you keep the moves that you have already.
Okay.
Yep.
Specifically for me, I got rid of my um, salon and took the vehicle instead, the behind the wheel move.
Mhm.
But otherwise, yeah, it's basically just make sure that things that you don't want to change don't change. Um, and you just take whatever their basic moves are, I think.
What about
Yeah,
stats?
it's that's
That's
the
stay the same. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think that's the way it's always been a little bit. I haven't checked in this version
It's not in this
specifically.
version. It's not even
Yeah,
discussed. It's an
yeah,
option. When you die, that there are no.
yeah, yeah.
Just look back at the previous versions.
But it's
Okay.
always been like you move over whatever makes sense,
Yeah.
which so it's a bit woolly, but it allows you to like adjust that. Yeah, this makes sense. I
Yeah.
don't have a gang anymore, so that doesn't follow that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Do think about that. If this is a great doorway for you to move to another playbook for the last few sessions that we have left, if that's something you're interested in. I'm not saying you gotta, because there are also really cool options for the life if when life becomes untenable, which you know on the table. Great. Dish, did you have any wishes?
I would like neither Hatchet, Zayrik, or Veyron to blow up, but everyone else is optional as far as I'm concerned. That's we'll see what happens. Yeah.
Cool. You went last with wishes. You get to go first with stars. Did you have any stars?
Yeah, Star for bringing the bomb into play again. I should be clear, I'm very neutral about, or neutral may be the wrong word, but I'm fine with the bomb blowing up or not blowing up. I don't have like I'm
You
not
just
going to
don't want
risk.
rocks fall and all the PCs die. I get you. Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, that could happen. It's not. I'm not. I'm not opposed to the bomb blowing up, but I'm not saying I wish for the bomb to blow up. It's if people wish for that, cool. That's fine. And yeah, I just wanted to be clear about that. I'm good either way. Um, yeah, I loved Lianti trying to navigate Larad and the very scary Force users. I think that was great. And Larad there as well, trying to bargain with obviously I will kill you if you bother me person. That was also super fun. Not reading the room at all. That was really great. Veyron and Zayrik being little scamps together is also super fun. And being quite good at it. That's also fun. Yeah, I'll stop there.
Good stuff. Thank you so much. And Dash, Greg, you're up next. Do you have any stars?
I too enjoyed the Leonti and Larad scene with the Night Sisters, and Larad's constant quest to find out who exactly they are is very endearing, and unfortunately only has terrible answers. Um, so I enjoyed that. I did enjoy doing the flashback scene to dealing with the other thing, but just briefly a wish. Um, I would rewrite the lawmaker move that when you fail, you have to rewrite the laws.
Oh, that's
Um,
interesting.
because then it changes as the game progresses. But there's that, and then I love that finally we're getting the confrontation between Hatchet and Zarek. Um, no matter what happens with the bomb, I still want that to play out in some interesting way. Um, so yeah,
Wait, I'm
looking forward to
sorry.
next
I
session a lot.
was quickly typing up what that play out. I just want to make sure I understand. When you say I
The
want
the
that to play out.
the well, the I still want Zarek and Hatchet to at some point sort of hash out their rivalry, right? Um, and maybe both being, tossed aside by a bomb will give us common ground. Who knows? Um,
Cool. Thank you, Greg. Mark, you're up next. Do you have any stars?
Yeah. Yeah, watching all that fun stuff happening was great. Throwing the dude out the back of the truck, top notch. Um,
That felt very
scary.
Tarantino to me for some reason.
Yeah,
Like I had some like
yeah.
Quentin Tarantino vibes.
Scary Sith were scary. It was great. And yeah, I feel like the Rod and I are getting a little bit closer, weirdly enough. I feel like we're the least likely to get close to people, and that's fun. So yeah.
It's true. I love that both of you are the least likely to get close to people, but have almost opposite interactions with the world.
Yeah.
You both keep them at a distance, but
In
yeah,
very different ways.
yeah, yeah. That's super interesting. Sorry, Craig's D being completely useless at disabling systems that don't exist was great. And then Sarah being convinced that D is hacking. We've been working on this, putting treats on certain buttons and stuff. The red one, clip the red wire. Uh, I also the head cannon was very very fun. Kay, did you have any stars?
You just stole my first star that I was going for. No, you're
Craig.
good. You're good. How dare you? Yeah, no, I love that. I also love Steven, your response that of course fucking Veyron has no idea. This isn't, these drugs weren't sent back to Veyron on Dee's collar. These are Dee's drugs. It's just a phenomenal life choice. I love that. And yeah, again, super spy kitty that's just like, and I'm laying in a sunbeam. It's just delightful. Um, Leonti, like letting go of this location that clearly gave them power, was really cool to see. Additionally, as well as Leonti being like, still having that prowess in handling the situation that they were really impossibly put into by Laurent. That was very impressive. Laurent put them in a real awkward space. I love also Veyron sticking to his guns and principles and like Zarek just pissed over that guy. I'm not giving you the help. I was like, yes, this is Veyron to core, even though that guy sucks. Like, yeah, this is yes. I love that. Uh, Hatchet's response to like trauma, trauma, trauma. Oh God, my most idiot's being most idiot. Was just a very fun little break flash. I enjoyed that. And as always, Rich, you play wonderful villainesses and villains.
Thank you.
That is always a delight. Uh, yeah, and I could give a million and 10 more, but it's only said all the time, so I will move on.
Clothall, the character, was played by Claudia Black of Farscape fame. It is easy for me to just imagine how would she react. It just like Aaron Soon, but with force powers. Anyway, Steven, did you have? Sorry, that just makes me happy. Woo! Steven, did you have any stars left?
Yeah. A star basically in all of the scenes that we had, there was a lot of tension from different things that had been introduced. So like um with the scene in the salon and in the marketplace, we had Vakar and Clotho who were like, this bomb's going to go off and it's a problem. And the PCs had to kind of tiptoe around to figure out what was going to happen. And then we had the literal bomb that was going to go off in the apartment building. And how do Zarek and Hatchet and Varun take care of all of this? And then, the other bomb was the bounty hunter. We have all of these things. I see all these fuses just, and we're all trying to figure out how do we navigate them. So it's interesting. It's very good. And I like that because we see more like what Lorad does. And we also saw a lot from Leonti about like, oh, I care about whether or not you leave or not. Let me give you some advice. That's important. Don't do this bad thing. So there's a connection there that I don't know that we saw before.
Yeah, I did really like that moment of Leonti saying, "Hey, Rod, maybe no." That was good. Lorad needs that in its life. So good stuff. Well, this was super fun. And we ended well ahead. We get time back. It's
Woohoo.
like a magic thing. Something. Anyway, thank you all so much for playing. And for anyone who listened or watched,